Oi, oi, you beautiful, lovely people out there. It's Cockney Buddha and it's all about getting real. I'm here in sunny Florida and the Grom is still on his tour. He's in Hawaii now. And this is about a story that come up around the Gromarshhhhhh. What's this Gromarshhhhhh? I hear you say. Well, I'll tell you what, it's becoming quite the story wherever the old Gromster travels. I ended up naming that bloody thing. Or should I say renaming it? Because I tell you what, it's definitely a Gromsterlinger. So if he's been around your gaff anywhere on this tour around the US, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that gluey effect you get with the Gromarshhhhhh. But I'm here, I'm putting the word out. Go and hit that subscribe for me. We like to have a bit of a laugh and all on here. So, like I said, let me have a little cough here a minute. Hold up. Excuse me. Yeah. Let's talk about it. I just got into the conversation with my wife about the story about how that all came about this bloody Gromarshhhhhh. You might have heard it mentioned on the old Gromsters channel here and there, but I'm gonna put a little, a bit out there on this whole story, and I've even been talking to brother Billy out there, so I'm gonna play a little. A bit of. And I've asked him if I can play it, so it's all good. But this is one of the messages I got back, and because as we get into the conversation about the Gromarshhhhhh, here we go.
Yeah, that Gromarshhhhhh still lingers, as the doggy came in and was looking around and smelling in the room where he was. Yeah, that.
Right, the bloody Gromarshhhhhh. Right, brother Billy? Oh dear. And I know Dan's had a bit of I know he's had a nose full of it. I know. And so I'm going to tell you the story of how that all came about in case nobody knows. Or maybe the Gromsters told you a bunch of porky pies and he's trying to make himself feel good about this, maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you the story of Gromarshhhhhh and how it became to be Gromarshhhhhh. I wish I had my echo in the background. Damn it. So anyway, we pick him up and all that. We get into the house and that, and he's in. We show him the room and one in the other, and would like you do. You start getting where I'm sorting the dog out and one in the other, and. I walk into the room and he's standing and he's got this, I think it was either the night of when he landed or it was the next morning. I can't remember. He'll probably correct me. But I think it was the night of. I might have that wrong. Might have been the next morning this happened. But anyway, so he's standing there with this bottle of, and he's like, I treat myself, didn't I? And I'm like, what'd you get? So he's like, I got this aftershave called Sauvage. And I went, oh yeah, Sauvage. And he's like, yeah. So he shows me the bottle and I went, oh yeah. And he told me, how much bunts he put on it, like. And I'm like, all right. So he goes, have a smell. So I smell it and I'm like, well, now we've changed the frickin' name of this, matey. And he's like, what? And I'm like, now we call it frickin' Gromarshhhhhh. And I said, but it's like an advert. You got to like wave your head around and all your hair and all that and do it in slow-mo and you got to hear Gromarshhhhhh in the background. So it became known as Gromarshhhhhh, and every time we smelt this bloody aftershave or whatever it is. I'm like, oi, he's got the old Gromarshhhhhh on, right? And the bloody mosquitoes wasn't going near him. You know, he was like attracting people towards him. You know, the energy was there. It was definitely, you know, the old Gromster, you know, he splashed on some of the old Gromarshhhhhh. That definitely got it going, I gotta say. Got the old you know, boosted him up a little bit. There was a bit of energy behind it, I gotta say, with the old Gromarshhhhhh. So, and then I get talking to Dan Cov, lovely, big shout out to Dan Cov, lovely fella, big old shout out. And he had made, because he had made mention about the old Gromarshhhhhh. Everywhere you go, Gromster, everywhere you go. I wonder if this will work. Hang on. Everywhere you go, the Gromarshhhhhh follows you. Not really. It clings. So there I am just now, sitting in the living room, and we're talking, and I'm going back and forth with Brother Billy. And the Gromarshhhhhh came up, and then I'm thinking about Dan, and I'm like, I've got to jump on a bloody podcast and give a shout out to the frickin' Gromarshhhhhh. Oh, matey, it's going to be a story, I'll tell you what. There's no getting away from that one. That one got bleeding nicknamed Quick. Because I was like, oh, blimey, he was all proud with a big old grin on his boat he had. You should have seen him. He was grinning from ear to ear because he got some of this Gromarshhhhhh. Oh, and it followed. It sure did. He'd get in the car and we'd be going down towards the coast, and I'd get a little bit of a whiff of it, and I'd be like, you got the old Gromarshhhhhh on there, Grom? And he'd be like, oh, I have. And I'll be like, I can smell it, all right, sweet as a nut. Oh, dear me, what a laugh. Anyway. So it was just the story around that. Make some people laugh. Miss you, Gromster. God blimey. You sure gave us some bleeding laughs, mate, let me tell you. The old bleeding Gromarshhhhhh, and not even the gators wanting to be around it. We take them to a place which is absolutely loaded with them normally. They're all over the banks and that, just sitting there sunning themselves. Grom turns up with the old Gromarshhhhhh on. And they've all buggered off. Nobody. There's nothing there. He even sent the water higher. So you wait until he gets back there, over there in the UK. You're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe Andrea's getting a bit of had a bit of sniff of the old Gromarshhhhhh already. Can't get away from it. It's like one of those when you do your laundry and you're like, that smells different. And you're like, oh, put it in the laundry with the Gromarshhhhhh. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Big shout out to the Gromster. Much love to everybody. Stay that course. Namaste.